It is my responsibility each year to make a presentation to the parish community regarding the pastoral and financial life of St. Denis Parish. I know this takes the privileged place of a reflection on the Word of God, but hopefully my comments will help us to reflect on God's goodness and generosity in the life of our parish family. The last 7 months have presented each of us and our families with many challenges to face in adapting to what I fear may be a new normal. The parish has not escaped these changes and challenges. Yet, through your collective goodness, we have faced nearly every challenge without major impact to our overall stability. We have remained fiscally prudent, and through your generous and consistent support of the parish, we've paid all our bills on time and have no outstanding debt. Because of the Finance Council's budgeting and oversight, we ended our fiscal year in June with a modest surplus to budget. This is now the third year we have ended with a surplus. Our collections were slightly above budget, yet for this current year, we are running consistently $11,000 behind last year's actual income. This is, we believe, a direct result of the loss of revenue from loose contributions, cash, placed in the collection basket each week. Last year, our collections amounted to $941,000, an increase over the previous year of $897,000, an increase of $44,000. To date, for this year, our collections are at $304,000. Our average weekly collection is approximately $18,000. Again, I am most grateful to each of you for your ongoing stewardship of time, talent, and treasure. Many people have asked what they can do to help the parish during these challenging times, and I simply say and continue to say, keep on doing what you're doing because it's working. I'm grateful for those families who have converted to online giving through Faith Direct. Currently, there are 315 families that contribute through Faith Direct. This is an increase of 45 families over last year, mostly because of the pandemic. Some families have also converted to the use of Venmo for their weekly offering. I am equally grateful to those who mail in or drop off their offerings to the rectory each week. This pattern of giving permits us to remain stable and to continue the operations of the parish, school, and cemetery. A continued priority of the Finance Council is to address the ongoing list of capital maintenance repairs and overall upkeep of our 7 buildings. That means with 7 buildings, 7 roofs, 7 boilers, and everything else in your home is the same here and demands upkeep and at times replacement. Just on Friday, I met with the boiler people. My head was exploding, and so are the boilers. Last year, we were able to address capital improvements in the amount of $220,000. These projects included a 3-floor section of replacement windows in the school and 2 new bathrooms in our school. Again, because these items were long overdue and overlooked, the cost of each project only escalated by the year. As you are aware, the Finance Council also approved a non-budgeted expense to install permanent cameras in the church so that those at home have been able to participate in the sacrament of the life of the church through the pandemic. The cost of this project was $12,500. This has been welcomed improvement, and our families at home have greatly benefited. The Finance Council did have a weighty conversation about the uncertainty of these days and the economy related to the pandemic. Yet, it was the unanimous decision of the Council to proceed with each project. Each project, with the exception of the cameras, was budgeted and the funds were available. A major impact to our overall financial operations was the cancellation of the 2020 Fun Fair. There was no revenue from this major budgeted fundraiser. The parish has become very dependent on that nearly $100,000 income each year. Yet, through cost-cutting measures, and in some cases, sadly, the elimination of other expenses due to the pandemic, we were able to complete the year without a deficit. Some in our parish family have made extraordinary gifts through the last few months that have helped us enormously to meet the challenges caused over these months. Through these donations, we have been able to remain fiscally sound, but these donations have also helped us to assist struggling families out of work or underemployed because of the pandemic. To date, we have been able to help many families and have distributed more than $15,000 in financial assistance. This is a great testimony to the living gospel of mercy present in our parish family. One last item of particular concern over the years is the St. Denis Endowment Fund. Each year, I have given during this presentation an update of the regrowth of this fund. I'm delighted to report that the St. Denis Educational Endowment Fund Committee was re-established. A proposal was presented to the Finance Council, now that the funds are stable, once again, that this fund should begin to have an impact in our community now. The Finance Council accepted the recommendation that the Terry Gregory Scholarship for Catholic Education be established and granted to a parishioner of St. Denis Parish who is choosing to attend an archdiocesan high school. The scholarship would award a $1,000 a year to the recipient for 4 years. The committee was delighted to review applications in the spring and awarded the first scholarship in May. We are committed to award 1 4-year scholarship per year. During this week, a full financial statement of the parish will be available on our website for you to review. Cardinal Foley School opened its doors on September the 9th for 5 full-day in-person instruction. It took an incredible amount of collaboration and work on the part of the Campus Restoration Task Force, the faculty, and the staff, but we opened our doors to a safe and happy place for 400 children and 50 staff members to come to school and to work. But it cost a lot of money. We continue to provide quality Catholic education of a National Blue Ribbon School of Excellence caliber with all of the health and safety protocols necessary. I am deeply grateful to our principal, Mrs. D'Angelo, and our faculty and staff for their tireless efforts each day. Because of the pandemic and out of an abundance of caution and the need for resources, our parish religious education program became a hybrid of virtual and in-person instruction, but mostly homeschooled instruction by our parents. I'm grateful to Sister Rose and Mrs. Spears and our catechists for their ongoing commitment to the formation of our nearly 400 young people. We have recently celebrated First Communion that was postponed from the spring, and we are now excited for confirmation on November the 11th. Archbishop Perez will celebrate confirmation at 3 different celebrations for 97th graders on November the 11th. We could not have 1 confirmation, we need to have 3 because of the social distancing. First reconciliation will be celebrated on December the 5th for 90 children, and these are joyful, joyful days in our parish. Last year, we celebrated 117 funerals, 128 baptisms, 33 weddings, and we registered 84 new families, making the parish census 2,360 families. Again, I'm extremely grateful for the faithful assistance and collaborative spirit of the Finance Council, the Pastoral Council, and the dedicated pastoral staff, along with our deacons, Father Jim, and of course, Monsignor Trinity. It would not be possible for me without their loyal support of our mission. More recently, I have spent a significant amount of time since May with our 19-member multidisciplinary task force headed by Dr. Brennan, who has overseen and directed every step of our liturgical life and overall campus restoration of public events, especially the opening of our school. This level of commitment and dedication by the members of our community is extraordinary. I thank you, most of all, for your commitment to our wonderful parish. I again thank you for trusting me and entrusting me your stewardship of treasure to the mission of St. Denis Parish. So I thank you for making your parish the wonderful community of mercy and love that I'm privileged to be a part of. I thank you for your past generosity, and I humbly ask you, especially in these challenging days, to continue to support this great mission of St. Denis Parish to be beacons of love and mercy. In summary, despite a pandemic and so much unrest in our nation and world, thanks be to God that we all have the treasure of this beautiful parish of St. Denis in our lives. For this parish is fully alive and most vibrant.